You see, when I meet people, I start a conversation. If you sit around me, you are sure that you answer a question. Because I believe that a question opens up a new phase in my life. I believe that the most powerful thing on the earth is a question. That's what I believe. That the most important thing on the earth is a question and a conversation. Because every conversation is a gate, and every person I meet is a gate to my next level. You are where you are because of a conversation that you started with someone. Let me share this with you. I was working in a hospital some months ago. I was still a nurse. And one day, two men came to the hospital dressed like law enforcement officers. And I went to them and I started asking them questions. What kind of job do you do? What do you do? What's the job description? What's the qualification to get this job? It was a simple conversation. At the end of the day, I went home, I applied for that job, and I got it. Because I started a conversation. So, when you meet people, ask questions. Humble yourself and ask a question. I feel that the number one cause of failure in life, or stagnation, or delay, is pride. If you are willing to humble yourself, ask questions. When you meet someone who knows something that you don't know, ask them. You see, when I meet someone who has something I don't have, I start asking questions immediately. I don't care whatever it is that you have, or a grace that is operating in your life, a gift. The Bible said, earnestly desire for the best gift. So whatever you have that I don't have, I will ask you questions so I can get it. I need it. I desire it. All right? So I want to share a secret with you if you are willing to listen. One of the top secrets of life that I've used for the past 20 years. For the past 20 years of my life, I've applied this secret. And I want you to start applying it. When you meet people, ask questions. Be curious. Always ask questions. Always ask questions. Every major breakthrough in my life was because I asked a question. I sat down with somebody. I was quiet and I allowed them to speak while I listened. You must be a listener. You must be a student of life. That when you meet people, you keep your mouth shut. Your problem is that you are talking too much. You talk too much. You talk too much. When you meet somebody, keep your mouth shut and start asking them questions. You see, there are people I meet and I probably know more than they do. I intentionally keep quiet and I ask them questions so I can know more. And I noticed, I learned this from Oprah. Oprah said something. She said, for 30 years, I've succeeded in making people talk by asking them questions. So all she does is sit and interview with people and she keeps asking them questions. And she will keep quiet. They're answering questions. She's the one learning. So she said, for 30 years of my life, I succeeded in making people talk by asking them questions. When you meet people, keep your mouth shut and ask questions and listen and learn. Learn how to do marriage. Listen, let me tell you this. Any area of life where you are struggling is an area you have refused to humble yourself. Any area in your life that is not working is an area you have refused to learn. You don't want to learn. You don't want to humble yourself. You don't want to ask questions. So if there's an area in your life that is not functioning well, that is not perfected, you've not humbled yourself in that area to seek somebody who knows more than you do so you can ask them questions. To look for somebody who has what you don't have so you can ask them questions. A moment ago, I was listening to a message and the pastor said something. He said that he met a billionaire, a multi-millionaire, the man has a lot of money. So the pastor was a young man at the time. So he asked the wealthy man, what's the secret of your success? The wealthy man said to him, two poor men cannot help themselves. So what it means that you need somebody who has what you don't have. You need somebody who knows what you don't know. You notice that somebody knows how to raise children. There is a grace for every success. I have seen a school teacher in Nigeria who has 4 children and she's earning 30,000 naira. I said naira, 30,000 naira monthly. She's able to raise those children in the university, and they became successful with 30,000 naira. I have also seen a millionaire in Nigeria who can now raise 2 children as a multi-millionaire. Can't raise them to be successful children. There's a grace for everything. There's a grace for a successful marriage. There's a grace for business success. There's a grace for ministry. There's a grace for fruitfulness. There's a grace for everything. Everything. When I married my wife, I noticed that she's intelligent. She's smarter than me. So before I take certain decisions, I will sit her down and I will ask her questions. What do you think about this? Before I publish a book, I give to her, read this book, edit the book, make corrections in it. When she writes her own book, I don't edit it, because what do I put there? But when I write a book, I give to her. I say, please edit my books, make corrections in it. Why? Because I discovered that she's smarter than me. Is important. Listen, is a mark of greatness when you know your limitations. You have to know your weakness. You have to know things you cannot do. And you look for somebody who can do it, and you submit yourself to learn. You humble yourself to learn. Somebody knows something you don't know. And when you meet the person you are talking, you need to keep your mouth shut and you ask questions. Somebody has something you don't have. When you meet the person, keep your mouth shut and ask questions. Because the reason I'm passionate about this is because, listen, some of you are praying and fasting for something that you should just humble yourself. Something is not working. All you need to do is humble yourself. Go and learn it. Go to those who know it and learn. Ask them questions. How are you doing this? How is this working? Please teach me how you are doing this. Show me how you did this. And they will tell you, and you'll stop struggling in that area. It's as simple. It's that simple. Go to somebody who has it. Humble yourself and learn. So you need mentors. You need counselors. You need somebody to talk to. Let me finalize with this. My secret for the past 20 years, over 20 years, is that I ask questions before I take a decision. That's all. Before I take any decision, I have at least 10 people that I ask questions. 5 prophets, my pastor and my mentors, about 10 men that by the time I consult them, about 5 prophets that raised me. My senior brother, who is one of my mentors, my pastor, and some mentors around me. By the time I consult these 10 men, I make the right decision on it. It doesn't fail. You need somebody to talk to. If you are struggling in an area in your life, you need somebody to talk to. Somebody that knows better than you. Your problem is that you are very proud and arrogant. Humble yourself. If you don't know it, you don't know it. Humble yourself. Even God came from heaven in form of human called Jesus. The Bible says he humbled himself for John the Baptist to baptize him. He humbled himself and went to the temple to ask questions. He sat with elders in church to ask questions. He was asking questions. Humbled himself. The God who made heaven and earth humbled himself. Who are you not to humble yourself? If you are struggling in something and you are praying and fasting, it's good. But has prayer changed it? No. For years you are still struggling. Wisdom should tell you that you need to humble yourself and go and look for somebody who knows better than you. Because men are gates. Everybody you meet is a gate to your next level. Humble yourself. It's humility issue. Humble yourself. Let somebody talk to you and give you the key.